Should you move? I don't know. Let's see. Spirits and guides and ancestors, can you help us know with the collective if they should move? Temperance. Tower. Yeah, so crashing down. We got a tower moment that you're just about to come out of. 10th house. What's the 10th house talk about? 10th house talks about career, ambitions, and status. Wow. Well, we can almost stop here. I'm kidding. Very good. We have Mercury, communication and mentality. Communication and mentality. Got a lot of wands here. Wands deals with fire and creativity. Do you have the drive? We have the sun. 3 degrees from reversal. 1 degree from reversal. 1, 2, no, 3 degrees from reversal. 3 of Wands. It's teamwork, expansion, travel plan. Yeah. Yep. So why wouldn't somebody move? They think about interest rates and things like that. Well, interest rates really don't matter, especially if you understand that most, I mean, they matter, obviously, but most situations you can assume mortgages if that's the problem. You can take 5-1 arms, 3-1 arms, get that interest rate down. It's about, if you realize what your needs are, the universe will definitely hand you that cup. We'll definitely hand you that cup. Yeah, it's definitely, where you are is not conducive to who you are. You are looking for celebration, joy, and harmony, marriage, home, community, and homecoming. What you're dealing with is secrets, harm, hidden agendas, disconnected from intuition, selfish shallowness, ignorance, and misunderstandings. Why would you be ever in that kind of energy? Is because people don't know in your area how to deal with any tension or how to stand up for themselves. They're baby people. They basically feel any kind of tension and they run to figure out how to let go of that tension. Like, head to the donut store, find somebody to be all over their junk, drink, escapism, because they've been hurt. Ruthless, high expectations, unachievable expectations. The King of Wands in reverse. You have indecision about it, though. avoidance, fear of change, fear of loss. Well, when you're walking away from the Eight of Cups, you're like, is this good enough? I don't know. We'll clarify that. Is this good enough? Do you feel like it's good enough? You're watching this video. Should I move? Part of you is like, it's not good enough. Alignment, personal values, overwhelmed by choices, lack of purpose, fantasy, illusion, diversion, confusion. Sudden awareness, choosing happiness. There you go. This is the Four of Cups in reverse. Now in the upright, just to let you know, it just means meditation, contemplation. But we're in the reversed. Sudden awareness. It's suddenly coming to light that you're not in a place of growth. Choosing happiness, acceptance, retreat, withdrawal, checking in for realignment. The Lovers in reverse. Lovers can just mean a decision. Self-love. You made the decision for self-love. Getting rid of disharmony and imbalance. Conflict, bad choices, indecision. More conflict. Conflict, conflict, conflict. I was recently told by someone that, we don't want any trouble. Like, okay. Why did you cause trouble? Why did you start trouble? Another person said, I don't know why I have to be pulled into such drama. This is just things in conversations, bits. And I'm like, there shouldn't be any drama. There shouldn't be any drama. Because the drama that's being made isn't real. When you graduated from the school of, oh my gosh, this doesn't feel comfortable, I need to eat a donut. When you graduated from that, you realize, like, my sister always says, don't sweat the small stuff. By the way, it's all small stuff. It really is all small stuff. When there's a collective community of people that have had multiple people, good people, try to show them a different way of thinking, yet they continue to try to avoid growth. It's just, it's time to go. It's time to find a new place. Yeah. Releasing the pain, overcoming depression, optimism, forgiveness, because the worst is over. Success, victory, winning, having the advantage, triumph, achievement. Goodwill. And the Six of Pentacles. Gifts, generosity, charity, donations, money, community, assistance, support, employment, sharing. This is what's ahead. Kindness, wealth, prosperity, power, authority, control, investors, giving, receiving, gratitude, being valued. Moving to a place where you feel valued. Now, let's do some of the... So that's why you want to go. You have to forgive them for not appreciating your contribution. And forgive yourself for acting out because of that. And move on to better, more community. you're supposed to bloom where you're planted. Well, I have to ask you, if you've been planted and you bloomed and somebody came and cut you off down, and then you bloomed again, and then somebody came and cut you down, and then you bloomed again, and then this time they sprayed you with battery acid so that even your soil is tainted and you can't grow. It's time to go. It's time to go. Personally, I have made a decision to go towards happiness. 100% happiness. Time to get out of a situation. If that's not your answer, take care. Enemies are working against you. If that is not an answer. Heartbreak over what you no longer have. And the bold, plenty of material things. Plenty of material things are coming. So I guess let's clarify. Moving on to better things. What's on the horizon? Well, there's a tower moment. Resisting change. Averting disaster. Avoiding tragedy. Delaying the inevitable. It's time to pick up the pieces and start anew. It's time to pick up the pieces and start anew. Letting go of the past. Focusing on the future. Maturing. Growing and leaving home. Growing up and leaving home. Doesn't get any more clear than that. Growing up and going home. In some people's cases. I don't know why I heard that. Go to your home. New job, self-employed, building a business, trade, reputation. This is the Eight of Pentacles. It's about mastering your craft of sorts. Master, expertise, hard work, commitment, dedication. So is the move gonna, have you made your pros and cons list? I mean, you can see if you grab a realtor, my hand's up, and you go to a place where you're thinking about going and you just rub elbows with the people, you go to the local grocery store, you just drive around, you can see where the energetic dead zones are. Energetic dead zones. Never, ever, ever have I even thought of saying that. Energetic dead zone. Let me tell you where personally I have seen energetic dead zones. No families walking the street. So I'm talking about any kind of family. I don't care what your race is. I don't care if it's two men with a kid, two women with a dog. Like, people, everybody who walks on the streets are alone. And they're kind of nervous about being there, too. They won't allow any kind of intervention for family, for parents to give any kind of criticism or valid, even though it's valid, for the schools. They don't return emails. One case, they made an accusation, and like in a dictatorship way, they were just like, you know what? Somebody was cheating. And we're like, whoa, 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 what's the facts? It doesn't matter. We know that they were, and they got a 0. And we were like, what? That kid actually was like, we know the kid well, it was like, I did not cheat. Like, what are you talking about? And had to pull up that grade from the semester, but there was no response. Oh, well, they went above the teacher. There was still no response. Like, everybody was just like, oh, that's tension. I don't feel like dealing with tension. I'm just going to go ahead and buy a donut. And stuff it down. Okay, well, when you stuff things down, what happens? Well, good people leave, first of all. Second of all, you get fat, right? You know when the frequencies feel good. You know what feels good and you know what doesn't. Because even if you're kind of dead inside, once in a while, the divine will dangle a little carrot in front of you. What does that feel like? So that would be like, hey, why don't you invent such and such? If you're at work or something and you found something, it would be work a little better. And you got all excited. And then that excitement lasts probably about 15 minutes before you talk to one other person in that community. And then they're just like, yeah, but why don't you just stuff it down and eat a donut? Because, it could hurt. That could hurt if you don't go for it. I mean, if you go for it, that could hurt you. And that 10 minutes before or 15 minutes before you shared that with somebody, that is how we're supposed to feel. But we forgot. We forgot during COVID. Keep your life in balance. Here's the scales. The scales have shown themselves. Keep your life in balance. Sometimes balance means maybe you should move. If you're actually really curious to see if you can, boot. Increase your efforts if you want to achieve your goals. Talk to somebody and find out, how can I make this work and how can I make this happen? It takes months. Sometimes it takes months. Sometimes it takes, half a year to a year, depending on how off you are, how much, off meaning credit or chain of events that will change your life. Embarking on a change of events that will change your life. I feel like positively, this is saying it's time to go. Swords, bullies, theft, violence, abuse, abusive relationships. Knight of Wands. A lusty person. There's a lusty person that's trying to come at you. Ace of Swords. New ideas, conflict, surgery, mental clarity. Ace of Swords. Temperance. And the Three of Wands. Can't make it up. Expansion and travel. I don't know. For this collective, it's time to embark on a journey. Any more tea leaves? Shark. Take care or there will be a loss of material wealth. Might be saying, right now the market is very unstable. Pay attention to your work. Don't want to let that go while you're packing it up. Anything else, guys? May. Maybe for some of you, won't be time until May of next year. Barrel. You feel something is lacking in your life, perhaps love, money, or goals. An ink pot. Problems to be resolved. I see that as go ahead and journal out like what your goals are. If you have until May, it's a good place to start. That is too many. Pig, beware of greed. Beware of greed. I need to clarify that a little bit. What's the greed part about Spirit? These are getting old. They're a little sticky. There's like a sticky flip, and then there's a obvious flip. Someone who's dealing with childhood trauma, who is trying to escape ruin, pulling themselves together, learning from past hardships, with all their fears coming true, who wants the Three of Cups. Either they're in they want to pull you into a third party situation, or they want reunions, celebrations, and parties. Or if this is about you, you've been through it with the escaping ruin, pulling yourself together and learning from the past hardships. Pay attention to your childhood issues, broken dreams. Plan for your tomorrow. And then you will see the reunions, the celebrations, the parties, the socializing. Like, that was what was happening in other communities. And when you're a realtor, you go to these other communities and you're just like, oh, the vibe here is amazing. And then sometimes you go into other communities and you're like, wow. And, you know, I'm not talking about our cities. Nobody assume this. It's just decent neighborhoods with decent schools that are like, the vibes just not right. So come on out. Let's go out and look at the vibes and see where you can go. Because if you're ready for a change, something's trying to tell you it's right. Have a good one.